Good morning, children. So, children, today we are going to start a new book that is Reader from class 6, and the name of the book is English Brook. So, let's see what is the first chapter in English Brook. So, children, can you see a beautiful picture here? Beautiful mountains, greeny everywhere, grasses are there, a river is flowing nearby. We can see a wooden frame here hanged and it's written chapter 1 here, and we can also see a wooden nest where birds are beautiful colorful birds are chirping, and we can see beautiful flowers, butterflies, and many more things, children. So what does it mean that our world, our mother nature is so beautiful, so colorful and attractive? And yes, in this beautiful world we can get a glimpse of heaven. So, children, just imagine if the picture is so beautiful, what about the stories and the poem we are going to read in the chapters? So, the first chapter is Words of Wonder. And, children, this story is about adventure and imagination. So, let's see what is the meaning of Words of Wonder in this chapter. So, before that, first we will learn about the author. Okay, who is the author of this chapter, Words of Wonder? See, children, he is Raoul Dahl. The name of the poet is Raoul Dahl. He was born on 13th September 1916 in United Kingdom, that is UK, and he died on 23rd November 1990 in the same place, United Kingdom. And he was a very famous British novelist, short story writer, poet, screenwriter, and wartime fighter pilot. And children, his books have sold more than 250 million copies worldwide. Just imagine, he's so famous, no? So, children, before that, we will do some warm up, okay? So, let's see. Have you heard of the word genre? Genre is a particular style or category of art, music, or literature. So let's see what are the categories in this, more categories. Like, here are some popular genres of books, like mystery. Children, what is the meaning of mystery? Something that is very difficult or impossible to understand, which is very suspicious, you can say. Suspense is there, okay? Then is adventure. When we go for adventure, it's very daring experience, also very exciting at the same time. And then horror, yes, which is full when you are scared, when you are afraid, okay. Where is uh, yes, fear, shock is there. And fantasy means what? Something which is in just in your imagination, which is not in real. Then science fiction, obviously, children fiction, which is based on imagined future scientific, you can say, okay, or which is related to science. Romance, full of beautiful happenings, or you can say the beautiful moments, enjoyable moments. And drama, which is a play for theater or radio or television. Comedy, yes, where you laugh a lot, okay. And tragedy, yes, children, it's, you can say, it is an event causing great suffering, okay, or you can say a serious accident sometimes. And folklore means, it means the traditional beliefs which is passing from generation to generation. And mythology means also, you can say, a collection of myths, or you can say cultural tradition, just like folklore. So, for example, the Harry Potter stories belong to the genre of fantasy literature, means the story is based on imagination, full of imagination. Nothing is real, because you cannot sit on a broom and you will fly everywhere. Okay, in this picture, Harry Potter, it's a book also, novel also. If you will read, like, I saw the stories only, I did not read the book of Harry Potter, I saw the movies of it. There I have seen that so many magic, he is doing so many magic, and he has a broom also, and he can fly anywhere, okay. And there are many other characters also there. So children, form groups of 4 and name a well-known book from each of the genres mentioned above. The first group to complete the list correctly is the winner. See, children, uh, if you want help, you can take the help of internet. What you can do, now you're not going to school, so you can talk this with your parents, you can discuss this with your parents, talk on mystery, adventure, horror. So many movies have come. So let's move. So children, read an excerpt from a story about a little girl who liked to read all kinds of books, children. So children, here we are going to read about a girl named Matilda. And children, it is like it's written here, read an excerpt. Excerpt means what? A small part from the story. Whole story is not given here. A small part is only taken from here, about a little girl, and this little girl's name is Matilda. And Matilda is the name of a book also, by writer's name I have already told you, Roald Dahl. Okay, and it was published in 1988 by Jonathan Cape in London. And there are 232 pages, 232 pages there. So we will learn about Matilda, children. Like when you will read the book or when you will see the story, you will learn so many things about Matilda, that how she is such a brilliant girl. And you can say she is God gifted girl, children, because at a very little age, in a very little age, she started learning things. She started reading when she was only 2.5 years old, like this. In the book you will get to learn about like her parents, how they are, about her brother, about her teacher, class teacher, how she praised her a lot, how she accepted the fact that she is God gifted and she wanted to help her, about her friends, many and a lot of things you're going to read about Matilda. But here we will read about only one part, that is Matilda is very fond of reading and what happened. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so Matilda's brother Michael was a normal boy, but Matilda was something to make your eyes pop. So it means we have understood, children, that there are two siblings, Matilda and Michael. And Michael was a normal boy, but there was something extraordinary in Matilda. And that was something to make your eyes pop, means you will be amazed and surprised to know. So let's see what is that. By the age of 1.5, so what happened? Her speech was perfect, means when she speak. Okay, like when a child is of 1 or 2 years, they only say the basic things like mama, daddy, brothers, sisters, like this. Okay, but just at the age of 1.5, her speech was perfect, and she knew as many words as most grown-ups. Grown-ups means what, children? Adult people. She was so smart. The parents, instead of applauding her, means instead of praising her, called her a noisy chatterbox, children. Chatterbox means what? A person who talks a lot. Like in your class also you will find few students or your classmates, they are so they behave like a chatterbox, they continuously speak. So but she was not a chatterbox, because she was saying some meaningful things, because she started learning at a very early age, at a very early age, children, and she knew the words like we know now, because we have learned from so many years, then we know. So by the time she was 3, Matilda had taught herself to read by studying newspapers and magazines that lay around the house. So normally, children, what happened? Parents teach their children, right? Like Michael and Matilda's, they were siblings. So their parents had to teach them. But when she was 3, by the time she was 3, she taught herself. She became her teacher. Okay, she was the teacher of herself. To read by studying newspapers and magazines that lay around the house. And at the age of 4, she could read fast and well. And she naturally began hankering after books. Hankering means showing a strong desire for something. Like we all have a strong desire for something, right? So she began hankering after books. She was so fond of reading books, she became a bookworm, you can say. Bookworm, a person who is very fond of reading. So the only book in the whole household was called Easy Cooking. Oh my god, easy cooking means where children, like the person who don't know how to cook, they buy the books. so that they can check the easy recipes they can cook at their home. So what do you think, who is using? Obviously her mother. Say only the book present in the house was Easy Cooking. And when Matilda had read this from cover to cover and learnt all the recipes by heart, she decided she wanted something more interesting. See children, as we have read, she was God gifted girl. She read so many things, so many magazines and newspapers also, which was laying around the house. Okay, and she learned so many words. So how can she stop at only one book? That was Easy Cooking. She has learned the recipes also. So now she wanted something more interesting. Daddy, she said, do you think you could buy me a book? A book? He said. What do you want a book for? What's wrong with the telly? For heaven's sake. See children, his father, instead of purchasing a book or gifting a book to her, he is saying that what's wrong with the television? Here telly is the short form of television children, okay? Means the parents should praise their children, okay? If the children are doing very well, but see her father, okay, he is, instead of praising her, he is saying, what will you do with a book? Why do you want a book? Just go and watch television. So nearly every weekday, children, what is the meaning of weekday? Monday to Friday. Okay, and weekends means Saturday and Sunday, means the week ends there. Fine. And children, for your kind information, I want to tell you, like Monday is the first day of the week. Many students have confusion. They say Sunday is the first day of the week, but Monday is the first day of the week. Okay, because Saturday and Sunday, their weekends end. Okay, end of the week. So you can enjoy, you can just chill, you can relax, you can do whatever you wish. Okay, and then from Monday again, the same routine will start. You have to go to school, your parents will go to office, like this. Okay, so nearly every weekday means Monday to Friday afternoon, Matilda was left alone in the house. Why? Let's see. Her brother went to school. Oh, and her father went to work. And her mother went out to play bingo. 5 afternoons a week in a town 8 miles away. So please children, here you have to learn this. That why was Matilda alone in the house in the afternoon? Because her brother went to school, her father went to work, and her mother, okay, she should be at home, but she was also going out to play bingo, and it is an indoor number game. Okay, like we play with the numbers and all. 5 afternoons means what? Monday to Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 5 days. So 5 afternoons she was going. And where she was going, you know, in a town 8 miles away, 8 kilometers away, children. One afternoon, Matilda walked to the public library in the village all by herself. See children, she wanted to read books, but she did not get any at her home, and nobody was at her home also. She was left alone. So she walked herself to the public library. Children, you know, public library is open for everyone. You can just go, you can sit there and you can read a book. So she introduced herself to the librarian, Mrs. Phelps. You know who is librarian, children? Okay, who is sitting there, who will help you to find the books, or suppose you want to borrow the books, they will make the record and all. Okay, they take care of the library. So she asked if she might sit a while and read a book. Who is asking? Matilda is asking her. To librarian, Mrs. Phelps, slightly taken aback, means she was surprised. Okay, as she looked at the small little girl, 4 years old girl, she was surprised at the arrival of such a tiny girl, unaccompanied by a parent. Unaccompanied means there was no one to give her a company, because usually what happens is small children, they go with their parents, but she was alone. Nevertheless, told her she was very welcome. See children, here in English unit of length, 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers. So you can calculate 8 miles is equal to 8 into 1.6 kilometers. Okay. Now, where are the children's book, please? Matilda asked. See children, she is a small girl, so she wants to read children's book first. because maybe it will be the first book she will read after Easy Cooking. That is not children's book, right? So they are over there on those lower shelves. Mrs. Phelps told her, would you like me to find you a nice one with lots of pictures in it? See, children, Mrs. Phelps is thinking, say, just such a small, tiny and cute girl. So maybe she has come here, or maybe her mother has dropped her. So she can see the pictures in the beautiful pictures in the book. So she said, okay, I can give you books which has lots of pictures in it. No, thank you, Matilda said. I'm sure I can manage. She's so smart. She's saying, no, I will manage myself. So from then, every afternoon, as soon as her mother left, Matilda would toddle down to the library. Toddle means children walk unsteadily. See, children, what happened when a child is very small? We are talking about children here. Okay, toddle is used for children only. Young child, they move with short unsteady steps while learning to walk. She was a small girl and she never go out her father, mother and brother. So she was walking like that. The walk took only 10 minutes and she sat by herself quietly for 2 hours. Okay, we will read after this, but see here, children, the library was near. That is why she was such a small girl and she took only 10 minutes to reach there. So maybe the house was near to library, and she sat by herself quietly for 2 hours. See, children, we can see a beautiful picture here of a library. This is Mrs. Phelps, the librarian, and this is Matilda, the small cute girl, and we can see so many books are kept here, no? And a watch is also here, a clock is also here, wall clock. Glorious hours means you can say beautiful hours, devouring one book after another. Okay. See, children, glorious as devouring one book after another. So what is the meaning of devouring? Means reading something eagerly. So she was devouring means to eat, okay, but she is not going to eat a book, but here it means reading something very eagerly. So she was reading one book after another. Soon she had read every single children's book in that place, because she had made a routine. Every afternoon she was coming and she was so fond of reading that she had read every single children's book in that place. Which place? Library. Okay. Mrs. Phelps, who had been watching her with fascination. Okay, what is the meaning of fascination? Wonder. Wonder, with surprise, okay, went over to her. Can I help you, Matilda? She asked. Children, she was thinking that maybe Matilda is only looking at the pictures given in the book. Because children, you will see in children's book there are so many beautiful pictures. I was wondering what to read next, Matilda said. I finished all the children's book. See, Matilda is saying that I have finished all the children's book. I have read everything, every book. So Mrs. Phelps is saying, you mean you have looked at the pictures? See, till now she is thinking that Matilda is only taking books to see the pictures. Yes, but I have read the books too. I thought some were very poor, though, Matilda said. See, children, she's so smart. She's saying, yes, I have seen the pictures, but I have also read the books. And they are very poor means what? Poor means not good here. Okay, not lack of money. A person has lack of money. Not that. Not good. She thought some books are not good. I liked The Secret Garden best of all. It was full of mystery, means so many suspense. Okay, and yes, see, children, personally I also really like the books which are full of mystery. Yes, because what happened, every time we are so excited to read that book, we are so excited that what will happen next, we think also, we try to guess also what will happen next. So I really like the books full of mystery, or novel or drama like this. Okay, or the movies also. Mrs. Phelps was stunned. She was so surprised. She was shocked, children. Shocked. How old are you, Matilda? She asked. 4 years and 3 months, Matilda said. So children, here a question is there. Was Matilda unique and why? So you have to answer this question. So yes, Matilda was unique because she was God gifted, and at the age of 1.5 only, she started to learn all the words which grown-ups learn. And she was her teacher. Okay, no one was there to teach her. She was her teacher only. Okay. Now Mrs. Phelps was more stunned than ever. She was more surprised, children, but had the sense not to show it, because she see children, the people who are grown, like adult people, they are very mature. They know what to do. So she was very surprised, but she did not show that. So what sort of a book would you like to read next? She asked. Matilda said, I would like a really famous one that grown ups read. Okay, she is saying that I want to read the books which adult people read. Okay, Mrs. Phelps looked along the shelves. She looked here and there. Then she didn't quite know what to bring out. How? She asked herself. Does one choose a famous grown up book for a 4-year-old girl? See, children, she was very surprised. So she is just thinking that which book should I give her? Okay, this is such a small girl, only 4-year-old girl, and I have to give her famous grown-up book. So she was thinking that which book should I give her? Try this, she said at last. It's very famous and very good. And if it's too long for you, just let me know, and I will find something shorter and a bit easier. See children, she has taken out a book and she is saying that please try this book, but if it is too long, you can tell me. I will give you some other book which is very short and easy also for you. Great Expectations, Matilda read, by Charles Dickens. I would love to try it. See children, it is a very famous novel, Great Expectations. It's written by a very famous author, Charles Dickens. Okay, it is a story full of suspense. You can also read, you will enjoy it. The people who are in graduation or masters, they are reading it. And just imagine children, the people who read in their graduation when they are doing masters and all. Okay, I think in both the places you will find, in both the people who are taking degrees of this BA, they read this book, and sometimes this book is for MA students also, those who are doing masters in English and those who are doing bachelor in English, Bachelor of Arts. Okay, in the English subject they will find this book, Great Expectations. It is a novel. So over the next few afternoons, Matilda sat for hours in the big armchair at the far end of the room with the book on her lap. Just imagine children, you can close your eyes and imagine about Matilda, that she is sitting in an armchair, big armchair, such a small little girl in the corner of the room. And the book is very heavy, the novels, the books, these are very heavy, okay, because the children's book, they are very thin, small in size. Okay, so she sat and kept the book on her lap because she cannot keep on the table and read. So she kept the book on her lap and she started reading. The book was too heavy for her to hold up, which meant she had to sit leaning forward in order to read, like this. Okay, she has to lean forward to read the book and keeping on her lap, okay, not on the table. A strange sight it was. This tiny dog-haired person sitting there with her feet nowhere near touching the floor, totally absorbed in the wonderful adventures of Pip and by the spell of magic that Dickens, the great storyteller, had woven with his words. See children, it was a very strange sight. Why? Because this such a small and cute girl, she is sitting on a big armchair. So what do you think? If she is sitting on a big armchair, her feet will reach the floor? No, it was not touching also. And she was totally absorbed in reading the book. And who is Pip? Children, Pip is the central character of Charles Dickens' Great Expectation. There is a character named Pip. She was reading about this person. And Dickens has framed the sentences in such a beautiful way that she was lost there, and that is why Dickens is also known as the great storyteller, because there is magic in his words. He is writing in such a way. The only movement from the reader was the lifting of the hand every now and then to turn over a page. Yes, when we read, we turn the page like this. The only movement was that only, children. Matilda, she was so engrossed in that. During the first week of Matilda's visit, Mrs. Phelps had asked her, "Does your mother walk you down every day?" See, it's from so many days. Mrs. Phelps was thinking that maybe her mother was dropping her and then she is going and then she's coming after 1 or 2 hours to pick her up. So she's asking a question to her. "My mother goes to Aylesbury every afternoon to play bingo," Matilda has said. "She doesn't know I'm here. I come here." See, children, she is saying like her mother is so selfish. She is going to Aylesbury to play bingo, and she leave this little girl in the house alone. And she is saying that her mother doesn't know also about it, that she comes there every day. "But that's surely not right," Mrs. Phelps said. "I think you would better ask her." "I would rather not," Matilda said. "My parents don't encourage reading books." See, children, such a pity situation here. Okay, Mrs. Phelps is saying that you should inform your parents about this. You should ask them and come. But Matilda is saying, "No, I will never tell them." Why? Because her parents, they don't encourage reading books. Like now, children, today's parents, they will tell you that, "Please dear, read this book, read that book." They will give you so many books. Okay, and you will say, "No mom, no mom, I will not read this book." Right? But your parents will give. But here see, Matilda's mother and father, they are not encouraging her to read books. And she is reading all the books by herself. But what do they expect you to do every afternoon in an empty house? Just watch the telly. See, children, her parents want her to watch television, all the cartoon serials and all. Okay, but she doesn't want that. I see. Mrs. Phelps was concerned about the child's safety in the walk, but decided not to interfere. See, children, she was very worried also that such a small girl is coming alone all the way, okay, on her own. So maybe something can happen. Yes, because vehicles run on the road in a great speed. So, but she didn't interfere. She did not want to interfere in her case. So why did Matilda not tell her mother about her library visit? So children, what do you think? Why did Matilda not tell, and why she didn't want to tell? Maybe they will stop Matilda from visiting public libraries. Maybe mother will lock her and then go to play bingo. And they will force Matilda to watch TV, not to do these types of things. Within a week, Matilda had finished Great Expectations. See, children, in a week means what? In a week there are 7 days, okay? So before the 7 days was completed, she has completed this Great Expectations, and there are 232 pages. Just imagine, children. So you can calculate with 7 days only. Okay, you can divide 232 from 7. You will get the answer that per day how many pages she was reading. So which in that edition contained, okay, here in that edition it's written some book they have more number of pages and some books they have less number of pages. So in that edition it was 411 pages. Okay, we are talking about Great Expectations. In Matilda's book it is 230 pages. Okay, and here it is in Great Expectation there are 411 pages. "I loved it," she said to Mrs. Phelps. "Has Mr. Dickens written any stories? Any others?" See, children, she is so fond of Mr. Dickens. She wants more books. "A great number," said the astounded Mrs. Phelps. "Shall I choose you another?" See, children, she is telling another book written by him. So she wants to give another book to to Matilda so that she can read it. Over the next 6 months, under Mrs. Phelps' watchful and compassionate eye. Compassionate means caring eye. Okay, she was not showing, but obviously she cares for Matilda. Matilda read many books that included Oliver Twist by Charles Dickens, Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, Kim by Rudyard Kipling, The Invisible Man by H.G. Wells, Brighton Rock by Graham Greene, and Animal Farm by George Orwell. See children, please learn this, that who has written Oliver Twist and Charles Dickens, who has written Jane Eyre, so Charlotte Bronte. You have to learn this. Now it was a formidable list. Formidable means very impressive list, and by now Mrs. Phelps was filled with wonder and excitement, but she did not allow herself to be completely carried away. Just like I told you, she was a very matured lady, children. Okay, so she was not just carried away. So almost anyone else witnessing the achievements of this small child would have been tempted to shout the news all over the village. See children, if we get any news, what do? We share with our friends, or with our neighbor or classmates or colleagues. Okay, but she was so matured, she did not say anything to anyone. And if there was another person in place of her, then the news was just all over the place. But Mrs. Phelps was someone who minded her own business, and it is a very good also, children, good habit. We should mind our own business. We should not interfere in others' businesses. Now, Mr. Hemingway says a lot of things I don't understand, Matilda said. But I loved it all the same. The way he tells it, I feel I'm right there on the spot watching it all happen. See, children, the authors, they have magic in their words. When they write the story or any poem or anything, okay, they are moving it they are framing it in such a beautiful way that we feel that we are just imagining everything in front of our eyes. When we close our eyes, we can see the visuals, okay, all the scenes and everything we can see. So a fine writer will always make you feel that. See children, when your grandparents tell you a story, so they are telling in such a sweet way, in such a nice way, that you start imagining, oh, there was a forest, there was a lion, like that. You start imagining everything in your mind. So Mrs. Phelps said this. And don't worry about the bits you can't understand. Just allow the words to wash around you like music. And sometimes it happens, we are reading a novel and we don't understand few things. But don't worry, just go with the flow. Did you know, Mrs. Phelps said, that public libraries like this allow you to borrow books and take them home? Yes, children, in school library also, public library also, okay, you can borrow the book for some time, just they have to maintain some register. They will write the date, okay, when have you carried that book and when have you borrowed that book and when you are going to return, that's all. Oh, really? Matilda said. Could I do it? Of course, Mrs. Phelps said. When you have chosen a book, bring it to me so I can make a note of it, and it's yours for 2 weeks. You can take more than one if you wish. See children, it means the timing is given for 2 weeks. She can read a book, okay, and then she can return. She has to return within 2 weeks. So now she is very happy also, because she doesn't have to come every day to library. From then on, from the next day only, Matilda would visit the library once a week to borrow new books and return the old books. See children, she was a very fast learner. She was a very fast reader also. So every week she was coming to return the books and to get the new books, borrow the new books. Her own bedroom became her reading book, and there she would sit and read. Most afternoons when the house was empty, often with a mug of hot chocolate which she made for herself. See children, now you will think that such a small girl, how she can make chocolate, hot chocolate. So do you remember the easy cooking? She has learnt all the recipes by heart. So she can make hot chocolate, no problem. And she has made her bedroom as a reading book. There only she used to sit and she read all the books there. Afternoon when the house was empty, the books transported her into new worlds. Transported means carried, children. Yes, children, suppose we, like in science or social science. Okay, you read about different places, suppose Switzerland. So what happened when you are reading about Switzerland? So you will imagine that I am there. So the books transport children to us to new worlds. We can just sit here, we can read the book and we can move all over the world. We can even go to sky in the galaxy. We can also go to the planets. She went on olden day ships with Joseph Conrad. Olden day means what, children? Made a very long time ago. It means she is reading a book of Joseph Conrad where she is reading about ships. Okay. She went to Africa with Ernest Hemingway and to India with Rudyard Kipling. She traveled all over the world while sitting in her little room in an English village. English village, why it's written, children? Because she is living in UK. That is why, in London, in England. Okay. So it's adapted excerpt from Roald Dahl's Matilda. Matilda is the name of a book also. So I have already explained you about the author, but let's read again. Roald Dahl. He was born on 13 September 1916 and died on 23rd November 1990. He was a famous British writer who wrote novels, short stories and screenplays. He was also a fighter pilot. He wrote for both children and adults and went on to become one of the best known authors in the world. His most popular books for children include Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Matilda, James and the Giant Peach, and the BFG. See, children, you can also read these books. If books are not available, just go, you can search in the internet or you can go to the YouTube, you can check these stories. It is very interesting. So children, I hope you have understood the story. If not, just read the chapter again. See, my battery is also down. Just read the chapter again and we are going to do the book exercise in the next video. So kindly do watch that video. Children, that's all for today. Bye.